Welcome friends to my new channel with another video. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please make sure to hit subscribe button. What is the most underrated Christmas gift? My grandmother paid my gas bill one Christmas. I thought that was a nice present. One time at work, we were doing this white elephant thing. I don't remember the exact rules, but essentially, everybody brings a gift and everybody leaves with a different gift. The plan was to buy goofy, funny things, like the non-risque stuff you see at Spencer's or something. When I opened mine, it was a 124 pack of toilet paper. Everybody laughed and thought it was funny, but I've never even come close to receiving a gift as amazing as that. I have no idea why nobody tried to take it from me, unless they somehow knew I'd physically fight them over it. I had a friend on a message board once whose Mill would be amused at her when she'd answer, "What would you like?" Queries with a year's supply of TP or laundry detergent. Mill didn't take her seriously. A few years later, my friend divorced her husband but remained on good terms with Grandma. And one year Grandma decided she'd play along and she bought my friend a humongous stash of TP. My friend was ecstatic, and as the weeks went by, Grandma saw how useful it was. And so for Mother's Day, Grandma bought her a shitload of laundry detergent. For her birthday, a huge stash of paper towels. A really good version of something that's usually inexpensive. A nice pen, great tea or coffee, good leather-bound notebooks. Even a nice version of most of those things is going to be under $50, but is still really luxurious. Premium subscription to something the person already uses the free version of. They're guaranteed to use it, and it's already something they've decided that they weren't going to splurge on themselves for. So as a gift, it's both a necessity and a luxury. I did this for my wife last year, and she still talks about what a great gift it was. Grandma told us every year, just get me something I can smoke, drink, or eat. My mom always gives me a care package that includes toilet paper, paper towels, dish soap, laundry detergent and trash bags from Costco. I look forward to that shit every year. I don't have to worry about buying that stuff for a couple months. Used to work at Sam's Club. Every year around Christmas there was an employer that sponsored a day for their employees. All of their employees could shop using their membership, and the company paid something like 10 to 20% of their bill. Families would come in and buy a year's worth of all the essentials. We made a lot of sales that day, and it wasn't from TVs. I'll always remember that. Every year my grandma would get everyone toilet paper, deodorant, toothpaste, Q-tips. Didn't realize how great it was until she was gone. Edit. Grandma didn't have a lot of money so she would shop at Kroger's, and however much she saved, she would use towards Christmas toiletries. One year when I was pretty broke, someone gave me a nice tote filled with non-perishables. I suddenly had a nice stockpile of stuff like soup, crackers, and cookies, and on top of that had a tote to store stuff in when I emptied it. It was way more useful to me than a soap set or something else like that they could have potentially given me. Nice sheets or towels. Everybody enjoys them, but no one I know can ever justify spending good money on sheets or towels. I have gifted a bunch and are always well received. Wiper blades. Stop pretending they're fine, you can't fucking see. Experiences. Like when someone gives you a coupon or something and it's good for going to the movies with them. Judging by everyone's response though, everybody on my Christmas list this year is getting socks. A blanket. I don't care how many fucking blankets I have, I'll always appreciate another one. Extra phone chargers and wire organizers. I'll be damn glad I have an extra charger if mine goes missing breaks. It's something I'd probably not think about until it happens, and then I'm scrambling to find a charger before my phone dies. Wire cord organizers are just great year-round. Extra long charging cables and a multi-port fast charger. Go to the Anchor website, load up. Show up on Christmas with a bag and say lighting or USP and hand them out or be God tier and give everyone one of each that's 6 feet long with a fast charger. Everyone needs more cables, not enough people think to go extra long, or they just use the charger that came with the device. I do this for my dad. I take his car to get it detailed around Christmas and then again 6 months later when I go back to visit. He's the only one who drives it and it doesn't get too dirty. But he has mobility issues and it takes the burden off my mom of having to clean it out. I also paid for someone to come and power wash their house and garage and clean out their gutters last year. Local guy, did a great job. My dad hired him to do a few other jobs over the summer, too. One year when I didn't have much money but a lot of wrapping paper, I bought random groceries and wrapped them. No one complained. People called when they used a box of pasta cake mix pancakes months later. I might start being naughty just to get some coal with the energy prices. Please find below a letter template that should see you through the next couple of winters with the amount of coal you receive. Dear Santa. I pray this missive finds you well in your wintry exile, you saint in the footnote of history. I wanted to take this opportunity not to ask for some gaudy gift or screeching plastic monstrosity made oh so lovingly by the hands of your slave labor force, whom you pay in yet more labor, but to set the record straight on a few issues that I'm sure plague those scant seconds between consuming your wife's diabetes-inducing excuse for baking and nailing Frosty the snowman behind your sleigh while the climate holds out. Firstly, you must know I take great joy in telling children you don't exist so as to lessen your power. The frequency and severity of which I tell these children varies based on numerous factors. For example, an annoying child at a supermarket may get 3 strikes before I gleefully utter the words on my way through the checkout, whereas one kicking the back of my seat on a plane will be told immediately, regardless of the kicking that may follow. If you thought this was evil enough, boy, you've got it wrong. It was also I who told the other reindeer to pick on Rudolph for his doofy-looking nose. Much like the aforementioned shell-shocked children, I am a firm believer in one realizing the harshness of reality early in life, and Rudolph was no exception. I also shot and ate his mother. Finally, it was I who nailed Mrs. Claus. I felt it was time for you to know that I jingled her bells, hung my baubles, twisted her tinsel, baked her cookies, dipped my candy cane. What I'm getting at with no small amount of delicacy is I pleased her in ways you've been unable to for centuries, not least in part due to the fact that your expanding waistline has left you unable to see your ahem Kris Kringle for some time now. Long enough for it to be presumed dead, at least. I say these things not because I wish to be cruel, but because this is how I'm holly and jolly. Merry Christmas, you tousle-bearded, red-suited flabby CNT. Sincerely, insert name here. Socks. Anytime someone asks me what I want for Christmas birthday, I tell them fun socks because they are usually inexpensive and I get to see what my friends' family think is fun. It has gotten to the point that I've had friends who go on vacation come back with some crazy socks they found to gift me because they say the socks made them think of me. Fun socks is the way to go. Restaurant gift cards, especially for local, non-chain restaurants. You give them a reason to go eat out with it's thoughtful and usually will bring them a lot of joy. I find that people absolutely love getting consumables for Christmas, though so many people don't give them as gifts. My grandma used to send cookies in the mail every year until she passed, and I remember how excited I was to get them because that's the only time of year we got them. So now I make and send all of my friends cookies over the holidays. They're always so excited for them and it's not something that will sit around and collect dust. My friend and her husband had their first child under extremely stressful circumstances and didn't have a large support system around them at the time. They were out of state for his job, so all the friends were limited physically in what we could do. Instead of just sending meals or gift cards for deliverable restaurants, we pooled our money and got them a few Instacart gift cards. They were able to choose the store, the products brands, and get things for themselves that no one else thought about and could still stay home to be with each other the baby. I would recommend this. My mill always gets my husband and I and Bill and his girlfriend a huge box of everyday household items for Christmas. Laundry detergent, paper towels, dog treats, Lysol, dish soap, bounce sheets, Kleenex, etc. Bill once had a girlfriend who complained and said she never wanted to receive that again. I think it's the best gift ever. Totally underrated and totally useful. Any type of gift card, people say they're lazy and aren't meaningful enough. I disagree, it's better to be able to pick out your own gift instead of getting something you hate or you'll never end up using. I've told everyone if they don't know what to get me, they don't have to get me anything, I don't really care, I'm an adult and buy my own stuff when I want it. But if they are very particular about wanting to get me something, get me some socks. I would wear a brand new pair of socks every day, even if laundry was somehow magically done for me, even with the unnecessary terrible environmental impact it has that borderlines on evil with its wasteful opulence. I cannot justify such an evil thing myself, but if I suddenly had a bunch of brand new socks just floating around. Something consumable that doesn't take up precious space. So homemade treats, my favorite. A digital gift card, etc. Practical things I need like socks and pajamas are always nice, but I'm no longer a kid and have preferences for my clothing items, so unless the person getting me that stuff understands what I like, I tend to dislike getting that stuff now. Jerky. That stuff is too expensive to buy for yourself, like $100 kilogram, and everybody loves jerky. My cousin got a huge jar of jerky one year and we were all sitting there gobbling it up around the Christmas tree. A Snuggie. My sister got one for me as a gag gift years ago and it's perfect for lounging around on the couch. Throw blankets don't stay on your upper body if you're doing anything with your hands, and they usually aren't long enough to cover you from neck to toe if you're sitting upright. Snuggies were originally developed, like many as seen on TV products, as a product for handicapped special needs people. In the Snuggies case, it's the perfect length to keep a wheelchair user's feet warm, which is particularly useful in nursing homes because elderly people often get cold in their extremities. But if these products were just advertised as elder care devices, not enough people would buy them to make the product worth manufacturing. So instead, they're advertised in incredibly silly ways to general audiences. Those extendy arms to grab things from several feet away aren't really for grabbing the TV remote from the other side of the couch, they're to help old ladies with low bone density reach things in their kitchen cabinets without climbing onto chairs. Falls are a major cause of death and disability among older women.